so unbelievably irritating that I might just become a conservative capital. No, I'm not going to do that. Buenos dias, YouTube channel, I Never Live. Welcome back to another video. Now, in today's video, we are going to be speaking about something where I require you to not be extremely annoying and to listen to me throughout the entire time. And yes, that was General Grievous. But before we do that, I do just have to say, please subscribe to the channel and please come along and follow me on twitch.tv/iNever, where you can join these little people up there, these disgusting little gremlins. You can become one of them. But in today's video, we're going to be speaking about a situation involving Mr. Beast. Now, if I do sound quiet in this one to usual, it's because I have an ulcer. I'm currently dying. But yeah, basically Mr. Beast was, I don't want to say he was cancelled, but I mean, if a tweet goes viral about you with hundreds of thousands of likes, yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess you could say you've somewhat been cancelled on Twitter anyway. So basically, Mr. Beast he's recreating Squid Game, the show on Netflix, which just garnered hundreds of millions of dollars for Netflix, a very popular show which a lot of people liked and is overall a critique of capitalism. And if you don't believe me, I do just have to say the creator of the show said so. Am I going to pull that up? No, but trust me, it's the truth. It's the truth. But a lot of people are now mad at Mr. Beast for missing the point of Squid Game. Now, I'm going to come at this in two directions, chat. So basically, this is why I want everyone to be level-headed, because here's my juicy old take on this situation. So people are mad that multi-millionaire Mr. Beast is spending $3.5 million on a Squid Game recreation. Now, I would show you this recreation if Twitter wasn't broken right now, but basically he has recreated every single set, and it in general looks insane. It looks absolutely insane, and I'm genuinely looking forward to the video. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm very much I'm not a big Mr. Beast connoisseur. I've watched a few of his videos, but this is one which I'm definitely gonna tune into. But this whole situation is it's weird because I have two takes. One, I do find it really ironic. Like, I do. The multi-millionaire is coming onto YouTube, or this massive billion-dollar platform, to make a video where he, at the expense of others, makes some form of entertainment, doing the whole Squid Game process. It very much is what Squid Game was critiquing, you know, multi-millionaires doing these sorts of things of where they exploit people who have less money than them, and ultimately, there is a $1.5 million cash prize. So I do find it extremely ironic. But at the same time, I said that I'm going to watch this because I'm looking forward to this. I do have to say, in this terrible world, I think there are some times where we just need to chill out. We need to calm down. Twitter is this vile place. It's this vile place. And by the way, I'm going to read the chat in a second because I'm interested to hear your guys' takes on it. But it's people extremely mad at Mr. Beast. And I can get why. That's the worst thing, you know. It's an American seeing such an obvious critique of capitalism and they're then taking that and using it as the same thing in the show. It's really funny, like it is. But at the same time, is it really that deep? Because a lot of people have been saying, well, Mr. Beast could have donated $3.5 million to charity. He could have done this. He could have done that. Instead of spending $3.5 million on a Squid Game recreation. Now, whilst you're not exactly wrong, I don't think. At the same time, there is obviously the argument that there is Beast philanthropy. I don't know if I pronounced that. This is basically a channel which Mr. Beast started, of where he, does a lot of things for charity. And a lot of people have been saying, well, this is just a rich man's guilt. This is his tax rebate. And ultimately, again, you're probably not wrong. But at the same time, I do have to say, he doesn't have to do this. Like, realistically, guys, there are always going to be billionaires. There are always going to be millionaires until one day there is this big rising up, you know, where people actually take a stand. But I feel like Mr. Beast, out of everybody, is doing some good in the world. Like, I can't get mad at the guy because I do think he's a fairly decent dude. I don't know his entire track record, but I to say he's a bad person or to completely come after him despite all of the things that he's done. And again, I understand that just doing this doesn't deflect all of your efforts of whatever you've done in the past. I get that. Okay, let's just see some of the chat's takes. I'm very interested to see what you have to say. Some of his stuff is good, but like profiting off philanthropy isn't exactly philanthropy, and I completely agree with you. And this is the thing: it's a bit of a it's like a stalemate, you know, because ultimately he is still doing these things, and he doesn't need to do these things. You know, if Mr. Beast really wanted to, he could just take his millions of dollars, invest it into stocks. I mean, he probably already has, but he could invest more into stocks rather than having to invest into YouTube videos. Because I'm gonna be real, I don't think Mr. Beast makes much money from YouTube. I feel like he does just do it mainly out of passion and mainly out of enjoying it. And obviously the numbers are great, but you have to ask the question of like, sure, he is profiting off it, but at the same time, if he didn't do it and he didn't profit off it, ultimately they're going to be people who he helped are no longer going to get help. Do you know what I mean? It's like a bit of a stalemate. Mr. Beast is helping people, but at the same time, he is making profit on it. But ultimately, I think the benefits outweigh the negatives. I personally don't care if he profits off helping people, if he's actually helping people. I don't know if that's a hot take, but I genuinely don't care. Like, I think if Mr. Beast is helping people, that's absolutely great. And yeah, it's ironic, and I just... Is it really that deep? Are we really going to get mad at this? You know what I'm saying here? Let's focus on the benefits. Yeah, exactly, you know? This is the thing. We finally have, not a billionaire, but a multi-millionaire that clearly wants to do things to help the world. And that's great. I don't think Mr. Beast has come into these things wanting to badly infect the world. Now, I do actually have my critiques of Mr. Beast when it comes to saving the environment. For example, the Save the Trees initiative. That's a wonderful thing. But at the same time, Mr. Beast is widely known for being a crypto bro. I'm personally somebody that isn't really for crypto. I don't think it's good for the environment, and there is a lot of evidence and charts to suggest that. I haven't really found all of the solid ones here, but you can just see here how much Bitcoin alone affects the environment. I think if we're going to criticize Mr. Beast, at least have it over something which actually, in my opinion, is a valid point, if you know what I'm saying here. And ultimately, I don't know all of the science on crypto, but I do know that it does affect the environment in a negative way. And that is ironic because Mr. Beast is somebody that has done a lot of things to try and help the environment, such as the Save the Trees initiative and helping the oceans. But at the same time, he is trading NFTs, trading Bitcoin, and all that sort of stuff. It's really strange because he does a lot of good, but at the same time, I can understand why there are critiques of him. But hold on, let me go for a water break, because I'm speaking a lot right now. I'm trying to, because I know that there's going to be a load of fucking idiots that on both sides. There's going to be people with like a hammer and sickle in their RV coming after me, and then there's going to be people with a fucking NFT profile picture coming after me. I can't win here. I'm trying to play some of middle ground, but I can't win because both sides are as annoying as each other, you know? Like, one side, it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm all for eating the rich, but some of the people on that side are so irritating, like so unbelievably irritating that I might just become a conservative capital. No, I'm not going to do that, but you know what I'm saying. They're very annoying, but also the NFT bros are equally just as much of a plague. It's a really difficult thing because I know that there are a middle ground of people that understand what I'm saying, that there are a bunch of contradictions here, but ultimately I think that the benefits outweigh the negatives, but you can't, for some reason, say that on social media. Can't come in with some nuanced take where it's like, yes, there is this bad thing, there is this good thing, and I ultimately think it's more good than bad. You can't do that. You're either completely against something or you're completely for something, you know? It's like everybody's got to be at a fucking warfare. Nobody on Twitter can have a nuanced take, and I think that's because of the nature of the platform. What is it, like 100 characters per tweet, a little bit more? And that isn't really going to create any valuable discourse. This is why I don't use Twitter anymore to have any serious conversations, because you can't have a serious conversation on Twitter. Twitter is like sound bites of a conversation. It's like you're saying the gotcha moment without the rest of the conversation. That isn't productive. That's just gonna piss everybody off, and that's why I can't take the app seriously. I'm gonna read the chat now because I've been ignoring you guys. Squid Game was played on a capitalist app and spent capitalism to critique capitalism, so I really don't see the issue of what he's doing. Ironic, yes, but so is the actual Squid Game show, and exactly that. I don't know the overall numbers, but Squid Game apparently made Netflix hundreds of millions of dollars. Are we getting mad at Netflix? No. Some people now say, oh, but I mean, it's the story and they published it, and it's like, yeah, great, they're still making millions of dollars off it. And I know people will say, well, he doesn't need to do this, and couldn't you say that about everything? Mr. Beast doesn't need to do his charity YouTube channel, and yes, this channel is probably some form of tax haven. I mean, I don't know how it works in America, but I'm pretty sure when you do charity work, it's like some form of expense write-off. But either way, he's helping people. So I'm glad he's doing that. I think he needs to probably take a look at the crypto stuff. It's a little bit shady. I'm not too much in the science of that, but ultimately I do know it affects the environment, and I find that ironic. And yes, the Squid Game stuff, it's ironic. That's all right, chat. I want your takes on this. I want your takes. Give me your takes. Both sides give you headaches. It's exactly that, you know. It's like, I just don't think we can have valuable conversation anymore. And don't get me wrong, I'm not like a Mr. Beast simp. I think you're more than valid to point out the double standards, but just try not to be a dick about it. You don't have to watch the video. You don't have to enjoy or agree with it. But I've seen some people being like, well, this is why we should defend Mr. Beast. And then there's like an army of people attacking them. And then I've seen people being like, wow, this is why we should critique Mr. Beast. And then there's another fucking army. It's like, bro, can we just chill? Like, I don't understand why this is such a nothing issue. Mr. Beast doing Squid Game on YouTube. It's so stupid. Why is this even a debate? It's so dumb. I feel like I'm losing my mind at how stupid the discourse has gotten, man. It's so fucking dumb, but for some reason this is a conversation we need to have. This video is going to probably get 100 million views. Great, I will watch it, you will watch it, and ultimately the people complaining about it are going to watch it. So why are we even complaining? Do you know what I'm saying here, man? Like, it's mental. In this capitalist society, everybody is a hypocrite, you know? There is no moral consumption under capitalism or whatever it's meant to be, you know? It would be completely different if Mr. Beast didn't already do charitable things. Yeah, he does a lot of good things, you know? My choice is to ignore Mr. Beast 99.9% of the time, and you are completely entitled to do that, man. You are so entitled to do that. I don't watch many Mr. Beast videos. I think I've watched like 4 in my time. I think he's a nice bloke. I do. I think he does a lot of good, but yeah, capitalism will be over once we stop Mr. Beast Squid Game, you know? Yeah, true. Capitalism is when Mr. Beast makes Squid Game. That's basically it. But yeah, it's ironic. It is. Like, that's all I can really say. It's extremely ironic. The big rich man is now putting a prize money for the people who are less rich than him. But ultimately, do I care? No. Like, I'm sorry if you think I'm going to come on here with some massive big brain take about Mr. Beast, but I genuinely don't care. Like, I've done this whole segment to say, guys, this is stupid. We can debate such more important things, you know? I'm going to give an example of that. The other day, I think yesterday, a 9-year-old passed away who was crushed in the Travis Scott concert. But I am not seeing anybody speak about this. A very rich celebrity seems to be getting away with, in my opinion, a serious crime. But the things that social media has decided to speak about in the last 2 days is Squid Game by Mr. Beast. Now, I know these two issues are very different, but it's weird to me that I'm not seeing very serious things be spoken about. Yes, it was spoken about for about 3 days, but everyone seems to have moved on now, and I'm genuinely confused to why, because that's what social media is. Everybody says, oh, we can speak about 2 different things, but that never happens. We can only speak about one thing and then we move on to the next, and I don't know why. This Mr. Beast issue is such a nothing burger. Like, please, can we move on from this, you know? Social media has a 5-second attention span. Exactly that. And that's where I'm going to end this, guys. I'm going to conclude this clip by saying, you're fully in the right to say that you disagree with this. You're fully in the wrong if you're being a dick about it. But ultimately, we're all gonna watch it. Like, honestly, we are. I'm sorry, but I know that 99% of the people watching this video right now, no matter what your opinion on this is, we're all gonna watch it. And I know I'm not, well, actually, I am giving a take on this. I am playing the middle ground. I understand that. And that's mainly because I don't think this is much of an issue as a lot of people are making it out to be. My final take on this is, yes, it's extremely ironic, but ultimately, why is this a problem? There is no issue here. I don't care. Please, for the love of God, can we speak about some more serious issues in the world right now? Thank you very much. Please subscribe. Goodbye, YouTube. I'm sorry if I seemed a bit done in this, because I just can't believe that this is such a big piece of dialogue right now. What, are we bored? Is there nothing going on right now, chat? Is there nothing going on? Like, I'm pretty sure Spider-Man's coming out next month. Can we speak about that? That would be great. I'd love to speak about Spider-Man. That would be amazing. But yeah, I'm going to conclude this by saying, why? Just why? By the way, I just thought I'd come on and add a little bit of a disclaimer. The only person of Squid Game discourse I think we should be discussing is this man, because I don't think a nonce should be allowed. Sorry, I just don't think James Charles should be the one to do Squid Game. Again, I do have to say though, even in my previous video about this with James Charles, I also said it's extremely ironic. It's just rich people being rich. I'm going to end it there. Bye.